Today we're going to work on reading a recipe. So today we're going to make monster cookies. The first thing you want to do is look at your recipe and make sure you have all the ingredients. So we need to make sure that we have margarine, brown sugar, eggs, light corn syrup, baking soda, peanut butter, vanilla, oatmeal, M&Ms, and chocolate chips. So I have already went through my cupboards and made sure that I had all of those ingredients. Then you're going to look on your recipe and see what temperature to preheat the oven until. Preheating means to turn it on so it gets warm before we're ready to use it. So this says that they bake at 350. So I'm going to turn my oven on to 350 degrees. Now the oven will be ready when we're ready for it. Alright, let's go back and read the recipe. It says, cream together sugars and margarine. So, we have to look at how much of each ingredient. So 1 stick margarine. That's easy because it comes in 1 stick. But sugar says 1 cup brown sugar and 1 cup sugar. Those are what these are right here. These are our cups. These are our spoons. So you want to look at what it says on the sides of the cups. See, I have a 1/4 cup, a 1/2 cup, and 1 cup. We know that we need 1 cup brown sugar. Alright, with brown sugar, you want to make sure that it's patted down really well in the cup so that when you dump it in the bowl, it comes out the same shape as the cup. That means you patted it down really well. Now I'm also going to do a cup of regular sugar. Alright, with regular sugar and all the other ingredients, you want to bring it right, you want to fill the cup. This is exactly 1 cup and it's filled right up to the top. So I'm going to dump that in with the brown sugar and then add the 1 stick of butter. It then said to cream together. Okay, I am now creaming together the sugar and the butter like the recipe told me to. The next step in our recipe says beat in eggs 1 at a time. Alright, I have added in the eggs 1 at a time, so now it's a creamy mixture. So I'm going to go back to our recipe to see what's next. You can see that I'm going back to the recipe for every step. So the next step is stir in vanilla and corn syrup. So we go back to the front to see exactly how much to put in. So vanilla is 1 teaspoon. Those are our spoons. TSP stands for teaspoon. TBSP stands for tablespoon. But you can see right on the spoons it either says TSP or TBSP. We want 1 TSP vanilla, 1 teaspoon. So there it is, 1 teaspoon. I'm going to do this for vanilla and then 1 1/2 teaspoons of corn syrup. When it comes to recipes, you always want to make sure you're going in order. So now that I've added the vanilla and corn syrup, I want to see what's next. Blend in baking soda. So we go back to the front of the recipe to see how much baking soda. So now I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons baking soda. And it said blend. So I'm also going to turn on the mixer to blend it all together. Alright, I am now blending it all together. I'm going to look at our recipe card to see what our next step is while it's blending. That beep was our oven telling me that it's preheated and ready. It now says to stir in peanut butter and oats and mix. So I'm going to add in 1 1/2 cups peanut butter and 4 1/2 cups oatmeal. Alright, I'm going to show you how all those ingredients are mixing together. That's our peanut butter and our oats with everything else we've put in so far. While that's mixing, I'm going to look at our recipe card to see what's next. It says blend in M&Ms and chocolate chips. So let's see. Half a cup of M&Ms, half a cup of chocolate chips. Again, I know that cup means these, not the spoons. So I'm going to grab a half a cup for chocolate chips and a half a cup for M&Ms, put them in, and I'll show you the final product. All right, so here's our mixture from our recipe. If we followed the recipe card correctly, we should have perfect cookies that come out of the oven. Because the last step, it says to bake at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. We've already set our oven for 350 degrees. So I spooned the batter out onto a cookie sheet. I'm going to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. And don't forget to set your timer. All right, we'll see. Then, if you follow your recipe, you end up with a batch of perfect cookies.